Hey, my friends, it's your boy, Patrick Almond. Welcome to the live stream. It's been a while since I've done one. I'm looking forward to chatting about some things that are on my mind, my notes, what's going on in business, what's going on in life. Please make sure that if you are watching, you drop a comment below, you let me know, or what you can also do, which is really cool, you can always text our business number right here. If you got a topic or something you want advice on or an opinion on, personal, business, whatever, within limits, of course, you can text us right there. I'll leave that number up there for a little bit. You know what? I guess I don't have to actually leave the name Patrick Allman up there because if you don't know who I am at this point, then this little tag on the screen ain't going to help you, though. So we'll keep the phone number up there. Got a cool little stream deck over here, which has all these buttons. I'm a big tech nerd. For those of you that don't know me very well, I am a huge tech nerd, and I love toys. And we got a good timer going on here. Is the audio coming in okay? I'm not seeing. I may need to turn the gain up on this microphone or pull it in a little bit closer. If you're watching, can you somehow let me know or text in to me and let me know if the audio is okay? Everything technically looks okay, but one of my little audio meters is a little low, and I don't want to be the kind of guy who smashes his face into the microphone to get it to work. So let's just double check technical wise. Crystal, my buddy, my book buddy, you're on my agenda today. Congratulations. My coworker, Crystal K out of Canada. Crystal K out of Canada. Boy, I better only do that sober. Just released an untangling book. I've been getting emails about it. I've been seeing it blow up on Facebook, lady. I am so proud of you. That is very, very cool. And of all the people to double check that I'm doing things right is the lady who handles my media right there. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of your lives and some of the stuff going on with your audio is good. Okay, I got the text message. Thank you, Crystal. I appreciate that. But I'm looking forward to seeing big things with your book. And every single time, you know what? You know what, Crystal? You know what I hate about your book? You know one thing I absolutely despise about your book is it reminds me that I don't have a book. Every single time a friend of mine comes out with a book, I'm like, oh, that person is so smart. That person is so good. That person put in the work to crank out a book. And Patrick, you're sitting on your ass and you're slacking and you're not doing what you need to do to write a book. My goodness gracious, I've probably got 10 book title ideas in my head, and I sit down to go write something, and I just never finish it. Just writing isn't my forte. Talking is my forte. Video is my forte. But writing, that's going to be a hard one. If I only knew of and work with someone who is a really brilliant writer and graphic designer, that would make my life so much easier. But hey, we will get there little by little. If you have not done so today, please make sure you hydrate and get your exercise in. Probably one of the reasons I felt like going live today is I have a very high energy level and I'm in a great mood. And part of that comes from I did my gym stuff this morning. If you watch any of my reels or my shorts, sorry about that audio pop there. If you watch any of my reels or my shorts, it's one of the things I do in the morning is I'll go off and I'll do like a long gross, sweaty exercise session. Then I'll usually do like my short video content after that. Like if I've just walked 8 miles, I'll take the last couple of minutes and I'll make a video as I'm coming back towards the Almond Castle here. But this morning I got up. I did wake up at 5 o'clock. I got out pretty quick. I might have been at the gym. Let's see when the workout time was. Today, basically what I'm saying is today is one of those days where everything's firing on all cylinders and want to keep that momentum going. Let's see. If I look at the exercise rings here, I did an indoor cycle for 200 minutes, 6:04. And the only reason I was delayed on that, is because my headphones were charging. And I remember that as I was like getting dressed and getting ready to walk out, because I don't know about you, music is a non-option. I will sacrifice workouts if I can't have music. Anyways, as I was getting dressed, it was probably like 5:15, 5:20. I remembered that my headphones in my gym bag were low the last time I went to the gym, and I brought them inside to charge them, and I never charged them. And like I said, going to the gym without music is just not an option in the Patrick playbook. So I had to basically wait for those to charge up, drove to the Anytime Fitness, which is like zero point 0.8 miles from my house. I'm very, very lucky. And I did my workout from 6:04 to 6:28. Did a bike workout. And what's really cool about the bike workout, I mean, if you know me, and you know, I'll walk, I'll bike, I'll treadmill, I'll do all kinds of things. I will do a variety of things just to keep from getting bored. One of the cool things I like about when I get a chance to do a bike workout is if I can get a good song in here, and I ran into some this morning. If I can get a good song going, I can pedal in rhythm. And as a guy who did his share of marching bands, who's really into music, I love it when things are rhythmic, if that makes sense. I love it when, like, because it makes it go so much easier. Like if I'm walking a long distance and I'm walking to the beat of something, it's easy. I can't do that with lifting weights. You know, you can't bench press to a song. But treadmill is one of those things where you can speed up and slow down depending on the music that's going on. And what I need to do at some point is I need to listen to the songs that were playing today, because I ran into a couple of them, like some old school rap songs where the rhythm was working out with the pedals. And when I do that, I can exercise for a long time and never even think about it, because I'm thinking about the music. I don't know about you, but to me, sometimes the actual motions of exercise are boring. But if I can do it to music, it makes it go so much better. So that's why I'm in such a good mood this morning. Did that, shaved like all of you, like, you know, even Crystal, shaved my head this morning, shaved my face. Got all that knocked out. Been, you know, I think I've already had an invoice paid this morning. So, you know, ring the bell. Money's already coming in into Playmakers. I'm very thankful and very grateful to be in business. And, you know, every single time an invoice comes in, I am just, forget the money. I'm just so thankful that somebody trusts us with their business. So that's a new migration over to our Playmakers CRM, which I'll be talking about later. This whole thing is not going to be a pitch fest, I promise you. I've got plenty of stuff to talk about, as you can tell. But it's been a good day. Exercise, showered, money coming in. I got to play with technology. If you saw that cool countdown timer I got in the beginning, that was like $19, and it allowed me to play with some of my tech. So that was kind of cool. So today's one of those days where I'm firing on all cylinders. And if I can keep this momentum up, if I can keep this mojo going, my goal is getting back into this whole streaming thing and doing it a lot more. It's good for my public speaking skills. It's good for content. And I need to feed Crystal content as much as possible. It's good for all kinds of things. So this is something I've been kind of riding my own ass on every single day. I really need to get back into. But enough of that. For those of you who are watching for the very first time, I always assume that there's people on here who have no idea who I am. And it's, oh, you know what? I forgot I can do this cool thing, Crystal. Look at this. I can click on your comments and I can add them here to the live stream. For those of you, excuse me, who don't know who I am, my name is Patrick Allman. I've run a business. I've had it under various names. It's Focus Marketing. My latest one is Stop Doing Nothing Media. The name doesn't really matter. I run a digital marketing agency here in the USA, right in the middle of the USA, middle state. Middle state, middle city, right here in the USA. Been doing that since I left IBM in 86, 90, 98. I've run this agency. We've done various things, software development, traveled around the world, did a lot of training since 98. But these days, thanks to COVID and thanks to technology, most stuff can be done from a home office or from actually going into the business office that I have also. But basically, we're a digital marketing agency, and we do two primary things. One is that we have a program called Playmakers Accelerate, which is sub $500 a month, and that's one of the things where we teach you how to do better marketing. And with that, you'll get a platform where we basically kind of help you set up your marketing. That's mainly for the people that want to be more of kind of a self-starter. They have the initiative. They want to learn this stuff. For those people that don't want to learn that stuff, we have a completely different plan where you just kind of dump all your marketing on us and we handle it for you. And that's the stuff I really enjoy doing. A while back, I was just looking for something that was really rewarding, and marketing, it just really is my jam. I really, really love that. So that's what Patrick does on a daily basis. If you want to follow me and subscribe on Facebook, YouTube is the big one, by the way. If you have a chance to recommend me on YouTube or go follow me on YouTube under Patrick Allman, I would really appreciate it. But what are you going to get when you do this? Well, you're going to get like 2 or 3 different Patricks, okay? And just so you know, and again, this is for those people who have no idea who I am, who are watching a Patrick video for the very first time. If you know who Patrick is, if we've hung out, if we've had a meal or a steak, oh, it just sounds good right now. I see a steak in my future this weekend. Or if you hung out and had drinks, you know all about this. So you can, if you're watching this on a recording, you can skip this part. But this is Patrick. I'm a very simple person. Okay, very simple person. One, I love to exercise. Okay, I do it at least 3 times a week on minimum. Usually, I think it ends up being more to like 7 times. I mean, this device right here was made for people like me who are just kind of obsessed with exercising. So one of the first things I do when I wake up in the morning, when I do wake up at 5, these days I've been sleeping in, is get dressed, hit a bike, hit a treadmill. No, not a treadmill, but go outside walking. I hit something. Okay, that's one part of Patrick. Another part is the guy that runs the marketing agency, and I'm a super geek and with a good haircut and a decent wardrobe. Okay, I love stuff like SEO and lead gen and marketing and go high level and CRMs. That's just the really cool stuff I nerd out on. And probably the third part of Patrick. Maybe there's 3 or 4 parts of Patrick. What was the third part of Patrick? It was just right there. Oh. Airplanes, duh. If you ever look in the back of my office here, there's aviation and theme stuff back there. This is my workout guy. I love that guy right there. That's a little statue of a guy reconstructing himself. But back here in various places, I just realized you can't see them very well right now. There's an aviation theme thing from my wife right there. Live to fly, love to fly. So there's Patrick the pilot. There's Patrick the exercise guy, the weights guy. There's Patrick the business agency owner, and there's Patrick the pilot. And yes, 100% legit pilot. Not current right this second, but there's probably no place I'd rather be than up in the air flying over Oklahoma City. There really isn't. Well, maybe the gym. And maybe DJing. Okay, there's lots of stuff I like to do. Either way, if you have anything you want to talk about news-wise, technology-wise, any kind of questions, there's our number. Where's the number? And see if I can get this right there. There's the number right there. You can text us our business number. It'll pop right here to my phone, and we can talk about it. We can get your question on the air. I would love to do that. User questions or audience questions or any kind of stuff like that makes me think on my feet. I really love that kind of stuff. And let me see, hold on. Let me see. See, I'm getting questions in right now. Okay, real quick. My ultimate super nerdy buddy, best friend, Beth Z, was just texting me, and I know she loves this live stream stuff. She's really in technology just like I am. And so I told her to hop on the stream also and to make sure she critiques me. Speaking of gym stuff, my two giant scoops of chocolate protein is going to begin, building up to the probably 150 to the 200 grams of protein that I'm going to take in today as I prep. So a good part of just gym work in general is eating right. And those of you who have tried to lose weight or gain muscle, you definitely know what I'm talking about. But what else we're going to go on? Okay, so news-wise, because I haven't streamed for a while, I had like a whole agenda here of things I was going to catch up on for you. Just so you can kind of be aware of what's going on in my life. What I really think is cool, though, is if I ever have anything out that kind of intersects with what you're interested in or what you're doing, I want to hear about it from you. I can't say I'm the most exciting person, but I love it if my interests kind of intersect with your interests so we can have a discussion about this stuff, because I just want to make sure that the content I produce goes along with you. Patrick, personal news. What's been going on in my life? Gym a lot. Oklahoma City is hot AF right now. And hot is relative. I mean, for some people, if they're, probably 70, 80 degrees. There, it's very, very hot to them. For some people, it's 90 degrees. For some people, it's 100 degrees. For my friends in Phoenix, Arizona, they're like 100 degrees. That's just a regular day here. That's not hot. I know Phoenix, Arizona is like 100, 115. I think right now, just across the country, at least in the US, it's just blazing, blazing hot. And we're just so tired of it. Now, I think today, though, I saw that we are actually going to be a little bit cooler, like only getting the 80s today, which is pretty freaking amazing. What does the forecast say? High of 87. High of 87 today. So, um, oh boy, I'm getting jokes. I'm getting jokes from Beth. She's awesome right there. But anyways, the weather's supposed to cool off a little bit today, and um, that's good because I'm thinking about going out to from Oklahoma City. There's a whole mountain range, and there's a little city over there called Medicine Park. And if you're in Oklahoma and know of Medicine Park or you've heard of it, I'm gonna probably go out there for the um, second time in my life tomorrow with my wife Angela, and so we're going to be outside a lot, and so I need it to be a little bit cooler. Plus, we might end up, going up on Mount Scott, which is just a beautiful view. So, personal wise, the heat's been beaten up. I had some family come into town. This was pretty cool. My mom's sister's daughter, which kind of makes her, but we're not really related by blood, so I just call them family though. Her kids were in town with Mike, her husband, and ex-husband, excuse me, and I got to give them a tour of downtown Oklahoma City, which was really cool. Got to go to my favorite coffee shop, Elemental. If there's any Elemental fans, shout out to my absolute favorite coffee shop in the city right now. I visit plenty of coffee shops. I visit my share of Starbucks, my share of Scooters, my share of other franchises, all about cha. These are places I all hang out. But if I had to pick one coffee shop right now, it would be the vibe at Elemental downtown. I absolutely enjoy the vibe there. And so when we were walking around downtown Saturday, I think I ended up meeting up with him about 9 o'clock in the morning, and we walked to Scissortail Park downtown. We walked past Channel 9. I've got friends that work at Channel 9, Bobby Miller and some other friends there. So I love, visiting my TV station, but I didn't go inside, but just kind of put my face on the glass and left some handprints there because that's what you do when you're annoying and you're Patrick. From there, we went over to the cool downtown basketball court in Oklahoma City. There's like a street ball court, a cage down there. Unfortunately, there was nobody playing, which I really feel bad for my cousins Mikey and Luke because they're really good ballers. That's really unfortunate that place wasn't open. And then we walked up to the memorial. I gave a tour of the memorial and my connection. And for those of you that don't know, the Oklahoma City, bombing memorial for the Alpha Primero Federal Building is right in the middle of downtown. And I gave them a tour of that, which was really fun to see. And then not too far from there is Elemental. So we went back to Elemental, and we decided when we were Elemental that, what, screw this. We are not walking back in this heat. So Michaela, brilliant, brilliant young lady, she found us. She looked on the map and found out where the closest train stop was, which was up on 10th. And we took the train back. And sitting in a truck stop when it's not a truck stop, a bus stop when it's 100 plus degrees, and then getting into a train, which the temperature in that train was probably, I don't know, 60, 65. It's a shock to the system. It was a brilliant, brilliant shock to the system. I can see why homeless people hang out on the trains. But then we took that back down to downtown, and I got them on their way. They're headed for an East Coast tour. Then they're going to swing back by on the way back to Arizona. So that's what Patrick did this weekend. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to go out to Medicine Park and hang out and get a tour. Maybe have a couple of drinks. And there's a vegetarian restaurant right in that area, which I'm going to go. It's always fun to go to a vegetarian restaurant because one, it's healthy, and number two, you always have to eat a lot to get your protein in. So it's the happy hippie or the hippie happy, something like that. I don't know what it is, but we're going to go there tomorrow also. So business news wise, got some cool things going on. Like I said, I'm really focused right now on my Playmakers brand. Playmakers is a term, I'm not going to say I came up with it, but it's just one I discovered a while back that really kind of defines the kind of person I want to be and the kind of people I want to grow. And so everything right now is under the brand Playmakers. My goodness, I've probably had this word in my head for 10 years. Like I said, we've got training programs under Playmakers. We've got one-on-one coaching programs under Playmakers. We've just got all kinds of stuff, good stuff going on there. So if you ever want to talk CRMs and marketing, we're going to be talking about Playmakers. And I might dip into a little bit here if I can get through the rest of my notes. By the way, for those of you wondering, Apple Pencil. I know they came out with an Apple Pencil Pro. I think this is the pencil, not the pen. Um, I think this is an Apple Pencil, but not the Pro. I want to get the Pro. And just as part of the game, you know what? I'm a huge Apple guy. I drank that Apple Kool-Aid a long time ago, but I live and die by my iPad. Business-wise, working on more speaking gigs, which is pretty cool. Revamping my speaking page, getting that up and running, doing my outreach. I just got. I've slacked on a little bit. Well, I've been helping other people with marketing. I've been slacking on some of my own marketing. So, probably a week or two ago, I really committed to put in all these tactics to get just business in general. Live streaming is one of them. More speaking gigs is one of them. More cold outreach, more paid ads. I'm just kind of going really deep on marketing these days. And so hopefully you'll see me on the road some more soon, traveling around, doing different speaking engagements. I love that stuff. I've done my share of news and keynote speaking and stuff like that. And I've just kind of slacked off recently. Who knows? Maybe COVID threw me into some kind of lazy depression of some sort. I have no idea what it is. I would like to think I don't get depressed, but hey, you know what? Shit happens. Life is rough when you're stuck inside of a house for a year? Is that how long we were under quarantine, no travel? Like a year? I don't think it was quite 2 years. Maybe a year, 18 months. That shit sucked. From someone who's super social. I mean, in one way, it sucked because I'm super social. I love being out and around people. Don't want to cough on them or sneeze on them or anything. But on the other hand, it wasn't that much of a change for me because I work a lot solo. Like I have, team members I work with, but everyone's remote. We don't have a big giant corporate office where we all hang out. So for a lot of people, the concept of getting on Zoom calls or Skype calls versus being in person, that was a big change for them. For me, it really wasn't. Work-wise, like I almost had zero habits that changed. Business-wise, work-wise, the day before COVID and the day after COVID, it was just all the same. It really was. The only thing I probably did is I probably spent more money on a good camera for you, a good microphones, a little bit more technology wise, because I realized for me to do my news stories, for me to do my live streaming, for me to do Zoom calls, I'm going to be on this stuff a lot. And so I invest a little bit more in that area. You're going to see I've got some soundproofing behind me, which helps keeps the room silent. You can't see it, but actually behind over here, the direction I'm talking, there's soundproofing over there to deaden the corner there. A good mic, not the SM7B, but the Shure MV7 is what I think it is. It's the USB version. So, but yeah, my whole point was I kind of slacked on the marketing there, and I'm getting back into that little by little. What else? So business wise, we talked about what's going on. General news. Okay. Boy, there's someone talking outside the office. I don't know what that is. That's kind of scary. It's not scary. It's just I wasn't quite used to having a noise outside the office there. General news wise, I'm not going to dig into this too much because I have to admit I'm not someone who stays up on a lot of news, and especially political news. The only thing that's been on my head recently is, at least here in the U.S., more than ever, voting is important. And you see ads for it. You see Facebook ads for it. You see social media ads for it. You see all kinds of cool stuff. My mic stand's coming apart here. And you may think that it doesn't matter. My goodness gracious, I'm having technical issues. My mic cable, there we go. Whew. I hate disorganized cables, and that was kind of screwing me up. Like all things, you know what? You may think it doesn't make a difference. But regardless of who you want in office, please get out there and vote. I don't like to discuss politics. Party-wise, I had to flip a coin, and I think I'm a registered Democrat, but I kid you not, the only reason I'm a Democrat is because I flipped a coin, and I think it came up heads. I could have just as easy been a registered Republican. As a matter of fact, I believe initially I was a independent because I thought it literally meant you can be independent of a party. Doesn't mean that. Independent itself is a whole party. So you can't get away with just not having a party here in the U.S. Thanks to the politicians, you have to have a political party. So either way, what it is, vote. Please, please vote. There's lots of reasons. The one that sits on my mind today is I don't want to hear you or anybody else bitching about the choices that are made and the things that kind of come from the top down when it comes to our government. If you didn't walk your ass over into a voting booth and pull a lever, punch a button, use the pencil thing, do whatever it is. Just do whatever it is to vote. So there's so many people, and it's so many people who just complain about things but didn't take the action to change them. And I'm not expecting anyone to take any major action. That's not the thing. But that's all we have to do in a democratic society is we just have to go pull a lever. Because the people that make our laws and control stuff, they're not this bizarre foreign species or race of people. They're just us. They're just neighbors. I'm the one who is involved in voting for the person making the law. So if there's any screw ups, it's on me. It's not on another person. So I just can't emphasize the importance of voting, regardless of your party, regardless if you're going to vote for. Just walk your ass in there. That's the only thing I have in national news wise. Like I said before this, I didn't prep news wise. I'll probably do that some more, so I know, current event wise, I know more to talk about there. Something else in my notes here, upcoming plans. What do I have coming? Did I cover that? Yeah, I think I've pretty much covered upcoming personal and business plans. That's on my agenda here. Today is a Friday. Normally, if school were in session, I'd be volunteering in a local elementary school. Since school is not in session today, I'm going to be planting my butt right here in this chair, probably doing some video editing after this, doing some marketing. Like I said, a new client prospect paid me this morning, so I've got to kick off a marketing campaign. I've got some other marketing going on for some other companies where we have to write up some reports, which is really cool. Friday tends to be the day that I kind of see how the previous part of the week went and prep for the next part of next week. So probably no Zoom calls today, unless they're last minute. I try to really avoid any Zoom calls on Thursday and Friday. I can't always, but I really try to avoid those so I can do heads down marketing work, heads down analysis work, and heads down planning work for the next week. And this week has been pretty productive heads down work because I was going to go to my buddy Mateo has an acreage here in Oklahoma, and I was going to go out to his place. Matter of fact, I was supposed to be there, I'm not going to say like right now, but I was supposed to be in a city called Norman right now. I was going to drive to Norman this morning, work there all day out of a coffee shop or out of his office space, and then go down to his ranch, which is about another half hour, 45 minutes south of there. And it's just in the middle of 40 acres. It's just a way to get away from things. Well, he still has Wi-Fi and running water and heat and a shower and a bed and all that stuff. And we just hang out. Tell you the truth, a lot of what we do is we work. He wakes up in the morning, we make some breakfast, we hang out with his boys, we fire up our laptops, and we work. Occasionally, we'll get outside and we'll do some outdoor work. We'll do some wood cutting. We'll do some land clearing. We'll work on the pool, work on the hot tub. We'll haul garbage around. I mean, when you own 40 acres, there's a lot to do. And I really enjoy getting my hands dirty and getting some outdoor work done. And this is coming from a guy who basically sits in front of a computer all day long, okay? There are times where I don't want anything to do with a computer. And so what I do is I make time to go down and hang out with Mateo every couple of months. And during the day, I try to avoid technology, working with tools, drilling stuff, hammering stuff, moving garbage, moving stuff to the dump, clearing out land. That stuff is four-wheeling, mowing acreages, just all that stuff. I love that stuff. Maybe having a glass of wine in the middle of the day because you know what, you're not driving and it's cold and you want an adult beverage. So I was really looking forward to that this weekend, and that got canceled on me. However, we are rescheduled here in a few weeks. So we're going to hang out and work in a few weeks. Hopefully I'll head down there. So That's why I changed my plans with my wife. I was going to go down there and she's going to hang out here, probably doing scrapbooking stuff. Instead, we are going to go to Medicine Park tomorrow morning for a good chunk of the day. The first part of the day tomorrow is going to be me probably climbing stairs in downtown Oklahoma City. For those of you in Oklahoma City, I think I've talked about this before. Downtown Oklahoma City, there we have the largest building downtown used to be the Chase Building. Then I believe we built the Devon Tower, which is the tallest building downtown right now. And then the Chase Building was bought by Bank First, and now it's the Bank First Tower. So in downtown Oklahoma City, if you ever look at our skyline, we have one really large triple mirrored building, and then we have just a regular skyscraper that's a 35-story skyscraper. And I say 35 stories because you know what? I know this firsthand. My goal tomorrow, part of tomorrow, which I was kind of looking forward to the fact I didn't go to the ranch because of this, is I'm going to join a buddy of mine down there, a former firefighter, retired firefighter named David Trowbridge, and his sister and some friends. And David, being the dedicated, loyal firefighter he does something every week to honor the firefighters that died in September 11th. He climbs this building, a 35-story building, the stairs up and down 3 1/3 time. And I join him doing this. So the security lets us into the stairwell, and we climb the stairs. I think there's 20 steps per story. I've been over this over and over and over because I've done this so many times, so I count this in my head. I'm pretty sure there's 20 steps per story. I just take his lead. I think we pretty much go up 35 stories to the very, very top to a door that basically leads to the roof. Of course, we can't go on the roof. And then I think we walk down about 5 or 10 stories. Then we walk back up to 35. And then from there, we take the elevator down, go back up, take the elevator down, go back up. So we end up going up 3 and I'm going to say maybe 3 1/5, 3 1/3 times. But that number matches the number of stories I believe that was in the tallest World Trade Center. My buddy David Trowbridge does this every single week. I don't do it every single week. As a matter of fact, I took off several months, picked it back up, and I wasn't going to do it tomorrow because I was going to be down at the ranch, but I will be down there tomorrow. So if you're in Oklahoma City and you ever want to work out that's going to work your quads, your calves, your butt, feel free to join us sometime. You will sweat. You might even curse. You will be pouring in sweat by the time you're done. As a matter of fact, I can see this tomorrow. I'm going to have to make sure that as I'm pouring in sweat, that I sweat off to the sides of the stairs, because there are people that go up and down those stairs a lot faster than I do. And I don't want them tripping and breaking a neck because me pouring off sweat. And here's the good part about this is the only body part walking up and down the stairs uses is the legs. My legs are big. They're thick. That's where most of my muscle is in my body, I think, is in my legs. I even have to go out and get like special suit pants because of my legs, and not because they're fat, it's because they're thick and they're very muscular, but they recover fast also. So the entire time I'm going up and down the stairs, I'm just sweating, working my butt off as you should be, and then it's exhausting work. Every single time I take a step, I wonder how am I going to take another step, and I make it. I take that back. There's been one time I think I went up and down twice and I had to quit. But ever since then, no matter how long it takes, I will knock out 3 stories. But what's cool is as soon as you get done with it, the tiredness goes away pretty fast because the legs on the body recover so fast. Like when I get done, I'll go downstairs, sit outside, maybe take a break, change my shirt. But within 10, 15 minutes easily, I'm like, I feel like I can go another 3 rounds up there. So that's one of the things I like about it is it's just legs. I do use the rails. David doesn't use the rails. But it is all legs, and it's a pretty fast recovery. So that's where I'll be downtown tomorrow morning. And like I said, you're always invited to go. There's no payment for it. There's no cost for it. So you don't get paid, and you don't have to pay to do it. It's just stairs. It's one of the simplest exercises ever. I like simple, no-cost exercises, which is why in the morning sometimes I'll get out and I'll walk anywhere between 3 to 8 miles. Yeah, there are times where I'm walking 8 miles first thing in the morning, but it doesn't cost anything. You're walking up and down a road. You're not running. You're not jogging. You're not racing. You're just walking. And I don't know about you, I can walk probably 20 or 30 miles because it's just one step in front of the other. With the stairs, obviously it's harder. I'm lifting up my body weight, which is, I don't know, somewhere north of 250 right now. You are lifting up your body weight and putting it down on every single with every single step. So there is some knee work going on for sure, but it's just a simple exercise. If you're someone who's looking for simple exercises, climbing stairs and just walking miles is the easiest thing you can do, especially with this heat. Oh my goodness, look at that. 78. It's only 78 degrees right now here. That is feels like a record just on the low side, because I can almost promise you this time yesterday and the day before it was probably 90 to 95 already. What is it right now? 12:14 Central Standard Time. It was probably 95 at this point. If not 95, maybe at least 92. So that's something exercise. Okay, I'm getting off on some tangents here. So upcoming plans, I got Medicine Park going on tomorrow. Gonna be doing a lot of walking around there. Probably close my rings. It's a very important thing to me to close the rings, and then the stair climbing in the morning, and then who knows, tomorrow afternoon. Maybe there's a baseball game. Maybe I should check and see if there's a baseball game. I forgot to put my Stop Doing Nothing bracelet on. By the way, if you're ever interested, I've got a lot of these and I sell them pretty cheaply. I've got these Stop Doing Nothing bracelets. I don't know if that's coming in okay. What happens there? What's the perfect distance to show this? Will that work? Well, that's not working. There we go. There we go. Okay, yay. The camera did its thing. Autofocused. Let's try this again. See, will it do it again? There we go, camera. The camera's doing its thing. So I've got these Stop Doing Nothing bracelets. If you're interested, text me at that number on the screen, and I'll just give you a quick price, and I can ship you out 10 or 20 of these. And the back side of it, by the way, is this right here. Done is better than perfect. This is one of those things I try to wear every single day. It's by the bathroom sink. So after I get done with, showering and shaving and getting all cleaned up, I will typically put a bracelet on. I'll have the Apple Watch in here, and they're all the brand colors. So the black, the red, and the white there. I typically have that on at all times. And I give them away too, but I've got hundreds and thousands of these things. So if you want 10 or 20 of them, text me there. I'll give you an address. I'll just give you a cost to cover the shipping and pay for these a little bit, but I'll ship you these. These are just great gifts. They really, really are. And by the way, if you're ever interested in talking to me, my email address is just patrick@stopdoingnothing.com. Okay, we talked about playmakers. We talked about, this is something cool that happened yesterday. July 4th. So obviously yesterday was 4th of July, and I like looking at fireworks. I like the noise, but a lot of times I don't like the crowd. Sometimes what we'll do is I'll get us some baseball game tickets, and we'll go out and watch the baseball game. Oklahoma City has a AAA, farm team. I think we're the Dodgers right now, actually, which is pretty cool. We have a AAA farm team. We'll go out there and watch a baseball game, and we will just sit there for the fireworks afterwards. That's just a very typical thing. But I think last year I saw that if you find a really good high point in Oklahoma City, it doesn't have to be terribly high. We're just talking like a couple hundred feet higher than the other area. You can see all the way around Oklahoma City and all the fireworks displays that were going on. So I remember that yesterday because we didn't go to the baseball game. I remember that. So right before dusk, we drove out to I believe it's the Turnpike 122nd. There's like this really high bridge that goes up over the freeway, and you can park not right on the bridge, but on either side of it if you want, and you can see. It's like one of the higher points close to me in Oklahoma City, and you get a when you're up high enough, you get a good 360-degree picture of Oklahoma City. And by 360 degrees, I mean I can probably see Moore, Norman, Edmond, possibly Enid, possibly Okarche, Midwest City. You can just see everywhere. And so at dusk, we went up there when the fireworks were going on, and it's like you'll have a 360-degree fireworks show, because of course you have all the professional shows. You have the shows that the parks put on. You have shows that are endorsed by the city. You have those big shows going on, but you also have all the neighborhood shows going on. So I kid you not, we're sitting there in the car and we're looking around, and there's just firework after firework after firework. It's just, there's nonstop fireworks. If you go to a single fireworks show, they have a build-up, they have some music, big finale, boom, done, right? What if you could go to a fireworks show and just basically watch solid fireworks, like fireworks nonstop for half an hour. And that's what we did is we pulled up on this bridge. I think we actually pulled up a little bit past the bridge because the bridge has traffic on it. And I just kept changing the angle of the car because from downtown Oklahoma City to South Norman, just everywhere, imagine you having 20 or 30 fireworks shows, 50. Let's say 50. There might have even been 50 out there. But 50 concurrent fireworks shows going on. And when one ends, another one starts, and you see the ones that are right by you. We could probably see 10, 20 miles, seeing fireworks shows from 10, 20 miles away. I'm telling you, this is the jam, and you should try it once. Find a high place in Oklahoma City. My fellow pilots, by the way, know what I'm talking about. There's no better fireworks show than in an airplane or a helicopter, unless the fireworks are near you, of course. Let's please avoid that at all costs, because last time I checked, fireworks and aviation do not mix very well. But in your city, whether it's Oklahoma City or another city, see if you can experience something like this. See if you can find a really high place to go on July 4th and just see like a 360-degree fireworks show. It's an amazing, amazing thing. You have to provide your own patriotic music, so Proud to Be an American, or the America theme from, oh goodness, what's the show with the marionettes? Team America. I don't know. Are you more of a Team America kind of theme song person, or more of a Proud to Be an American? Or for someone like Canada, like Crystal, probably "Oh Canada" would be your Independence Day song right there. But anyways, rather than go to a big giant formal fireworks show, consider going and finding a high place in your city, and watching something like that. It's pretty darn cool to do it. Fireworks, best location to watch. Oh, something else I was going to ask you to do. If you're someone who likes the stuff that Patrick puts out, do me a favor at some point in time. Subscribe over on YouTube. That's the only currency I need from you, is some social currency. Did I just do something, my mistake? I want to make sure that I did not break my tech. But if you have a chance, do me a favor and subscribe on YouTube and click the bell notification to get notified when things go on. It would just be very useful and very helpful to me, because right now I think my YouTube channel is at 1,200 or 1,300 people. I want to get that baby to 2,000, and then 5,000, and then 10,000, and then 100,000. And anyone who's into content creation like I am, that that's just basically your audience right there. It's just something that you really want to build up. And so if you haven't done so, please make sure you just go find Patrick Almond on YouTube and subscribe. That would very much, mean the world to me if you would take care of that. I think I've just about wrapped up my agenda for the day. For those of you that tuned in, Crystal, and anybody else who was watching, I know I get a lot of silent watchers, and I think people watch the recording also. Thank you very much for watching. And like I said, subscribe on YouTube, leave me a comment and some ideas. And I'm going to start working on the agenda for the next show also. And what I really want to do is just make this a regularly scheduled show. I've tried this several times, but I want to make it one of those things where I can commit to a time. I don't know if it's going to be 3 days a week, 5 days a week, or 7 days a week to come up here and talk to you. But I'm already prepping agendas for future shows. I'm going to have some guests on. I'm going to do, going to attempt to do all kinds of cool things. But you know what? All this is a marketing experiment. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great, great day. Like I mentioned before, please make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Get something healthy in your body. Water, coffee, tea. It doesn't really matter. Get protein. This is probably, each scoop may have been 20 grams of protein. So this may be 40 or 50 grams of protein right here. Get something healthy in your body. Please take care of yourself today. Be a good person. Be nice to people out there. Do some pay it forward stuff. It's not really hard. Kids, if you're watching, enjoy the end of your vacation, because July, probably getting into August, September, school's going to start back up. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for those of you that have subscribed, and I will see you on the absolute next show. So take care, and we'll talk to you soon.